You know, after that climb, can I eat that egg?
That is the time sprocket thing. We can't have you eating that.
It looks delicious.
I want to
He
eat
did
it
ask.
first.
He did ask twice, Bentley. We do have to kind of acknowledge that. Anyway, we're gonna learn about a new mission, Murray. You got this.
Those little tuxedo terrors are the real pests.
What are those glowy things?
Penguins, Bentley. Oh, sure, that's what you say now. But you just wait.
Really downplaying it there, Murray. Like, jeez Louise, were you really that broken up?
Well, that's what the
happened
glowy
earlier?
things are.
Yeah, they've taken pieces, and we have to grab each and every one of them to get the pieces off them.
I'm the one who's just a penguin herder now.
Murray, what the hell is wrong with you, dude?
Yeah, seriously. Cut your shit. Like, you're contributing just as much to the plan as everyone else is.
So you couldn't climb a single 90-degree sheer wall of ice. We've all been there.
I guess. Well, it looks like I've got some birds to round up.
Thank you.
Just,
Jiminy.
yeah.
Broccoli!
What? Seriously, Broccoli, we gotta talk about this. Do I have to get a restraining order on you?
You know,
Also,
it probably would.
it's very
It probably
random,
would
but-
sell this
Oh, boy.
current phase of Murray's character if he actually just sucked it up and ate the broccoli.
Yeah. Also
Whoa, bro.
random. It's also very random, but this is the only time you can find clockwork in this world. Way up there!
Jeez.
I do not know how someone found that one.
Yeah, that's a pretty obscure place to find him.
Yeah. But yeah, actually, now that you say that, James, about him eating the broccoli, it's like, well, Broccoli, we're two of a kind. We both lost our luster.
Yum, 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 yum.
That's what it tastes like.
Like broccoli?
Apparently.
The Murray is healthy.
Ow!
Oh.
Watch it, sailor!
Shot in the frickin' back. Gosh,
You,
oh my gosh.
you literally got pants and you're not even wearing any.
Get out here, you frickin' DreamWorks Ice Age Blue Sky Entertainment wannabe.
Honestly, that alright,
Yes.
squeeze them out.
Oh, they ate
Got
it.
it. Yeah, I don't know what. In hindsight, yeah, it's weird now that we could see a glowing red light when it was somehow in their stomach or indigestion. Or
Yeah, because it looked like the light was just in
Yeah.
their paws.
Something else I thought I wanted to bring up now that we're in this particular chapter and now we have these types of guards. But I've definitely noticed that the bigger guards, I don't know, maybe it's just me, more so than any other game in the series, it feels like these guys work off, like, it's clear that they were built off of a very similar mesh, if not the exact same one.
Oh, and that's just
Like, they're all
like,
big, they're
it's
colored
like,
brown.
It's just a different move. It all is like the moveset is the exact same. All that's changing is just the skin over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those things where I'm not going to say they haven't done this in the past, but it feels like Sly 4 is the most obvious. Like, it feels like they're all part of the same country club.
Yeah,
Country club.
they all lift at this gym.
And then they have a movie night on every Friday.
The Murray picks the best flicks to watch.
This week we're watching Barbie Rapunzel, an underrated classic of its time.
I know
I'm not
some
even
people.
joking. I'm not even joking. That's actually a very fun.
I love that
Of all the ones I've
movie.
ever seen.
I know people think it's a kids' film, and it is, but it has so much depth and complexity.
The nuances of the subtlety, the only thing I don't like about the Barbie Rapunzel thing, because so full disclosure, my cousin lived with us for a while, and she was a big Barbie fan, so that's how I became very much aware of the Barbie Swan Lake adaptation, the Barbie Nutcracker adaptation with Tim Curry as the Rat King,
Also,
the
I just-
Barbie Rapunzel movie.
I just heard. I think he got over his character arc because he said he was hungry again.
Thank God. Yeah, no, the only thing I thought was weird about the Rapunzel one was that they tried to add in this new this new gimmick where she has a magic paintbrush that can build portals with itself.
Yes.
Watch too many spy movies,
Which-
apparently.
They're good reference. Those ice caves are a textbook example of a villain's hidden operation.
Relax, pal. It's simple. Use the thermovision to find Grizz. Tag in with the homing dart and let him
That's gonna
lead
be
us
easier
to
said
his
than
lair.
done.
Especially considering we're
Obstacles or blood
literally the most
vessels.
anti-thermal place on the planet.
Simple.
Yep.
I'll see you back at the hideout.
We got this. I'm going in. I'm going out. This is too cold.
I think not. Time to use the thermovision.
That didn't even sound like a sleep dart. That just sounded like I just clocked the dude in the head. Oh, hey. Gas grenade.
Hello there.
Huh.
See, that's the part where I feel like we're a little bit maybe this is a little bit unethical to be selling that on ThiefNet. Like, no one's gonna be using that for any good.
Using what again? Sorry, I had to take care of one of the
gas
dogs.
grenade. No, you're fine. A gas grenade.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe I need to switch off now to my explosive ammo.
Again, it's
And
still
throw a
so
couple
weird that
bombs
that's
in.
the default.
I know, like, the fact you have to buy the sleep dart, which is, again, one of his main... Like, that was still his main go-to for doing things stealthily. Yeah.
Right, it was literally his set other trademark aside from, the actual bombs.
Oh,
Right.
you know what?
It was
I want
on
to...
here even before the chair.
I was gonna say, you know what? I want to ask Jordan this because I know she's missed out on a lot of Sly. So, obviously you could tell Bentley here is in a wheelchair. At the end of Sly 2, Bentley accidentally got his legs crushed while trying to defeat the final boss of that, and since then he's just been wheelchair bound. And me, Logan, and the guys and I like to joke about the fact that like he's somehow become a much more fun character to play as when he's in his wheelchair.
I can
because,
tell.
like-
I mean, look at that. Look at that wheelchair
just like-
go.
Well, especially up here, like, so... Because you got freaking gen boosters on this thing.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little bit nerfed in this one, understandably so, but in Sly 3, like, when you get the triple booster, like, you could just suddenly go, like, farther than even Sly can. I'll try that.
Okay.
This is called I Got Around That One by Brute Force, but this is the part called Lucky Forgot About Throwing Bombs at Things, because that's still a mechanic.
Yeah.
When my order's on the wall, it makes the crowd hush.
That's stupid.
Tag him, Bentley.
Hold on, Sly.
Let's see what he's cooking.
Funny about that painting.
What was he cooking, Sly? Well, no.
He's cooking up his Grizz cheese
Sorry,
sandwiches.
Sly. It's just this artwork.
Yeah, it looks fake, don't it?
It's
There it is.
beautiful.
I mean, I'm sorry, Sly. Just what do you think his commission's gonna go for?
I mean, bad.
Why do you say bad? Look at this. Look at the artwork. It took that.
Wait.
He charges how much he does because it took him 10 years to learn how to do it in 10 minutes.
Also interesting that he's made these ice sculptures of Sly already.
Yeah, and also, I guess that's something we should ask. Like, why are parts of the thing he painted like red in the ThiefNet?
Because
You mean
it's
the,
actually
Panopticon?
tied.
My bad.
Because it's actually tied to the statue. So notice that there is a real penguin, a real medallion, and a real apple.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we have to shoot.
Okay.
No, past me. Don't shoot them. That's your clue. Why not? Let's get some coins. And then this is when my little neuron of a brain finally figured it out. So
They
apple,
look like switches.
the penguin,
Penguin,
Bet I could activate them with
Penguin.
my dart
and then the jewel.
and the metal medallion.
Well, I thought you already hit the medallion.
Way to go,
I
pal.
messed up.
Standing.
Logan. What are we gonna do with you?
You'd think if I had some throw rug.
Who else but Logan?
I'm guessing no one heard me.
No,
I
can you
heard it.
repeat that, please? I'm sorry.
Okay, like when you were talking about like, oh Logan, what are we gonna do with you? I said he'd make a very handsome throw rug.
I just think whenever he gets dirty,
You could
just
take him
pick
out and beat him.
beat him. So yeah, that's the mechanic that is also very situational. That was what I would have said if time actually mattered.
No one saw that. Is what I would have said if I sucked at this game.
Was what I would have said if I sucked eggs.
Well, it's what I would have said if it weren't for those meddling kids.
What kids, Bentley?
Is what I would have said if I'm now getting nightmare flashbacks to Billy Hatcher.
Like, are we talking about the kids from the orphanage? Because the ones that beat us up?
Are we talking about the new kids on the block? I love that band.
You know, they're not kids anymore. I think they're in, what, their 50s?
Someone should sue them. I don't think they can be posing copyrights calling themselves the new kids on the block.
Ooh, monies.
I'm sorry, what happened?
I don't know.
Door is
I don't know,
Door's
something happened on
weird,
the way to
like-
heaven.
Oh, okay. That's not money they gave him. It's the gems to open up the door.
Oh.
Get them the old
They are pretty, Jules.
By asking politely.
funny. No, by picking some pockets. I can't tell which guards have them though. Here's another way.
It's simple. Shoot them all until you have the wrong.
I think you're
Oh.
right. Wow,
Why would you do that?
Usually you're wrong about everything, Sly.
use the thermo.
Usually I rule over you with my vast intellect and superiority complex. What was
To be
that?
fair, what you said, Sly, I'll give you credit.
It's like, that's very flattering of you. Never say I don't have compassion.
So is this the point in the game where they want you to actually use sleep darts?
Nah, no. Literally, all they're having us do is, you use the visor to check their pockets, and if their back wallet is glowing, that means they got a gem.
I want to say this game does avoid what Slide 2 did, where you're required to buy something in order to,
Oh, to continue. Yeah, I don't believe, because up to this point, I actually don't think the paraglider's ever been actually required to complete something.
not as far as I'm aware, no.
Let's see. Yep. Oh, he's one.
Also,
Though I
just
wouldn't be
something.
surprised if there was one case.
Also, just real quick, just going back to like pickpocketing real quick. One of my favorite things that I love looking back on is like, so like Bentley and Murray, they can pickpocket stuff. I still love back in like when Bentley pickpockets things in Sly 3. When he gets an important item, he just has like the most intense grimace on his face when he holds it up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and to this day, I can never forget the look on his face when he pulled off that last high note against Don Octavio. It's like, Jesus Christ.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
No
Alrighty.
worries.
Alright.
It's like, he's doing it.
Have you ever heard such an angelic voice?
And pew. But yeah, no, I thought you were
I'm
saying
fairly
like,
angelic, I'll tell you that.
I am the queen of I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, I just remember liking how the pickpocket thing in Sly 3 was the old magnet on a fishing hook.
Yeah, there's that. And actually, just talking about like the angelic thing now, just another thing I'm thinking of. I may be pretty as an angel, and I might have the voice of one, but I sure as heck ain't one.
Say something about shaking your tail.
Lord knows in that frickin' the frickin' burn sesh with Mugshot.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he's
I'm
never
my
shown
own
his
lord.
face again in these games.
Wait, there you go.
With what he said to him that day, I think there's a very special place in hell for him.
Yeah. So, that's the part where Bentley's like, Sly, I know I'm not going up there.
It's like,
I'm taking as many people down with me.
it's like,
Sly, if I'm gonna be real with you, I'm not going up there.
yeah, that's why I was.
I'm
just
going
joking
down.
about. Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to remember how the line goes, where it's.
Oh,
like,
what, from Cuphead?
No, not from Cuphead. It's from something else, but hopefully
my
it'll come back to
favorite
me
bit.
later. But it's the whole notion of like, Sly, you and I both know that when we die, we're not heading up.
Bentley, what do you
Oh.
think? Just get
I don't know where that's from. I just remember the Cuphead one, the whole thing of like, I'm sorry, he's dead, he's gone up there. No, I'm not buying it. Not buying it! Listen, I know my brother, and if he ain't here,
That
he
means
ain't
he's
dead.
alive.
And it's just, wow, that's
That's kind of
Fucking
touching in a
devil.
morbid way.
Yeah.
just straight up calling it like it is.
Were you guys quoting Cuphead just now?
devil?
Yeah,
I
we
am
were a
different.
little earlier. We were making this whole joke about how, like Bentley put it best, like, Sly, when we go, we're not going upstairs. And actually, now that you're here, Jordan, that just made me think of, like, just talking about Cuphead. We made that joke about how, like, because of the things Bentley says, like, he has his own tier of hell, and it'd be like, now, I can excuse a lot of evil, but the things you've said about his mother, oh, there's a special place for you, little man.
back to the present.
Yeah, I always deserve a special place.
God. Hurry up and
Honestly, just straight up, this may actually be one of the smartest actual uses of time travel in this game so far.
Multiple darts.
Like,
Three should do the trick.
because like El Jefe and Toothpick were both basically. By the way, that's what we gotta. We have 1 minute to shoot him 3 times up the butt.
We gotta pants him.
Right in the derriere, and if you mess up once, he will get mad and you lose. So it's done. Alright. But unfortunately now the snow's moved, so now I need to change positions.
We'll make it quick. You only have so much time left on
Now
the
you were
clock.
saying about like his use of time travel compared to the other two?
Oh yeah, because like with El Jefe and with Toothpick, all their premise really was hey, we're going to, come on. It was basically just give us the cane, and all the plan is just, hey, why don't you just live in a crappy just why don't you live in a crappier time period back before we had technology and decent medical medicine works and technology, and just live there. You want to go to the Wild West? Live in the 1800s. Live in
I feel like Toothpick
Here,
wouldn't. I feel like Toothpick wouldn't complain as much since he is a big, cowboy buff.
I suppose that's fair. But here it's like, hey, I don't want to stay here forever. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this, get freaking rich, and go back home and live like a king.
Yeah.
Just makes sense. And remote charging could be help, and it's only if I'm doing the big charge attack. El Drapo. Yeah, why not? Always like a good combo.
You want the bird to clothesline his opponents to death?
I could do my laundry on them.
I could show them my delicates.
What?
Isn't that what you do on a clothesline?
That is not what you do in a clothesline. You actually want to do something around the opposite of doing that.
You ever find it kind of funny how when we see the Grizz and doing his art, he primarily does it with a paintbrush, even though in the earlier scene he was clearly a graffiti artist.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. I guess because he would have eventually run out of spray paints, which I guess fun fact, we're gonna eventually learn how he's been managing to get all this ink and stuff.
My name is the Grizz. You see, I'm hairy and scary and all of that stuff. Get the heck out of my way. Oh, I'm
So, who voices the Grizz in this game?
Fred Tetsior.
Oh, nice.
Make me a fortune. I'm the greatest around. All I gotta do is plant my art in
You
the
see
ground.
nothing, Sabretooth. Move along.
Who's it?
Okay, fine. Okay, go.
Also, it's unfortunately with this hub world where it does make it a little more apparent that this game wasn't the most optimized for PS3.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to render at once.
Yeah. Trying to run some kind of game on the Grizz? I'm tired of the walk the line.
Again, I will say, they put they went the extra mile to try and put a lot of detail into this, but it's not. It needed a little bit more time of optimization, but I'm not against them doing another one on the PlayStation 5. I'm pretty sure it could handle it now, but
Possibly.
Hold on, I said I'm losing signal.
It's amazing you even have a signal in the prehistoric period.
Catch that, Bentley?
Yeah, sounds like he's talking to La Paradox.
Then again, if we already have time travel, I mean, I'd imagine one of the prerequisites for making it work is also have freaking
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, well into the past.
yeah. I mean, don't forget we have a similar technology to allow us to talk with Dimitri.
That's a very good point. They never do go into detail what exactly that technology is, but then again, that's probably
I call it a
something that...
magic. It's a magic crystal.
What does it do? It's magic. You're the techie one there. You're supposed to know it's
Magic.
We've dealt with magic before, Sly. Just grow up and accept it.
Also, let's be real. Let's be real here, Sly. How does clockwork even work?
What's up, Logan?
That is the big thing I know is that's the big thing that confuses me is that especially right here, there is no way clockwork should be here because how to put it, it would make sense if clockwork was in Egypt, because the whole idea I assumed was that the Cooper's line did something to clockwork that made him hate them so much that he would chase them down to the ends of the earth, and time itself just by
And
hate
you're
or hatred.
gonna tell me that he was able to build his make his cybernetic body in the freaky in the prehistoric period.
Is this when we finally find out that the crux of Sly 1's entire plot was because Bob Cooper stole Clockwork's eggs and made an omelet out of them one time?
I mean, let's be honest here. Clockwork's whole motivation is pretty petty as it is, so why not up the pettiness?
I mean,
I know.
fair.
So backing up, I know the whole idea of Clockwork showing up in and of itself was more so an Easter egg, which I still think is neat, a neat little nod that they didn't have to do. Part of me now wonders, like, what would you think if would you think it'd be cooler if, hang on, would you think it would be cooler if, in a similar vein, whenever you saw Clockwork, he would look somewhat appropriate for the time period you're in.
That would be amazing.
So you got to see his appearance, his armor, or whatever, like changing as time went on, and maybe even now you could see him before, like, because in Slide 1 or in Slide 2, there were images where you got to see what he looked like before he replaced his body with metal.
Hold on.
I don't know. What do you think, James and Doug?
You know what I think? If this game had the actual time, effort, and love put into it, you know, without Sony dicking them over in the long run, imagine a New Game Plus, where you were constantly hunted by Clockwork throughout all the periods.
Oh, dang, like a challenge
Oh,
mode.
yeah.
That would be interesting.
Like, since you already see him perched up like that anyways, like, he sees a Cooper, he waits for the perfect moment to strike.
Get out.
Exactly.
Shotgun.
Infidels.
I need to look up. I need to look up what his voice was in Sly Cooper 1, because I remember really.
Ooh.
That was a close one. I need to look. I'm looking up now who voiced him in Sly Cooper 1, because I remember enjoying. I remember that voice being like intimidating.
Well, I know a lot of the voices in the first game were, I'm not gonna say nobodies, but they were definitely like small time compared to like some of the actors we get in the later games.
His name is. Oh, he was voiced by.
Yeah, there it
That's
is.
unfortunate. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I looked it up. Unfortunately, he was played. I think we talked about this already. Yeah, wow, yeah, we talked about it already. Yeah, yeah. Clockwork was voiced by Panda King's voice actor, who is unfortunately now deceased.
Passed away, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, Kevin Blackton, who was LeChuck. Yeah, so yeah, that was and I just looked up in Psychonauts, he played the heavy rotund knight to fight against the escargot snails.
That's right, I remember
that's
that
right.
now. I think he used the exact same, vocabulary he used with Panda King, aside from the obvious, accent.
Yeah, no, it was the same tone. Oh, jeez, he's on the move. It was the same. It was a similar tone, and almost had a similar. And almost with the Hardy Knight has a similar kind of warmth to it that a human LeChuck's voice had.
Yeah.
Boss, he's here.
Oh, shit. Shut up, Penguin. I know you can't talk. You're just a figment of my imagination.
I mean, who ever heard of a talking animal anyway? That's cray cray.
You're the one who's cray-cray.
You're the one that's cray-cray, Grizz. Out of your mind, even.
You're the one who's out, Grizz. Out of your mind.
Wrong answer, fool.
To create, and I ain't putting up with any more of your excuses. Now, you get me the eggs I need for my paint, or I'll climb through this phone and squeeze them out of you myself.
Damn.
Oh my God, he's
It's
just
amusing.
Hello?
brutal.
Why you did that?
Surely is amusing, even amongst their ranks. They're just so heated. They're such. Yeah.
Yeah. They can't just be good. They just can't be good friends.
No, it's all just business at the end of the day. Also, hello. I recognize that ass anywhere.
Carmelita, it's good to see you.
You're not mad, still, right? Or
Because I have some
Yeah, she's still mad.
Bentley.
Aw.
I've been telling Grizz on my
But at least she knows deep down
security codes.
they need her help, like, more than anything. So
And she needs our help, otherwise she is stranded here forever.
that is also
Get
true.
to Bentley for me.
Of course. I'm headed back to the hideout now. But wouldn't you rather hand it to him yourself?
Maybe I should. After all, you're not exactly trustworthy, are you?
Oh, you had to bring that up. It was one time I said I had ordered a pizza,
Good.
but instead I just ate half.
Don't push your luck, Ringtail.
That half was meant for me. It had basil and ricotta.
It was a me day!
So you
Are you
are
two flying
still
over there
mad
again?
about it.
We're just gonna not talk about it anymore. It's okay. It's join us for the next part where we wrap up this case and figure out, now that we know that he's stealing the eggs for his paint, maybe we can turn that against him. I don't know. I'm sure it's gonna lead to some wacky boss. Bye, everybody.
Well, first things first. You two need couples therapy.
Screw you.
You know, I happen to be officially licensed.
I just want that egg.